It was June 4, 2010, in Portland, Oregon. The morning started like any other for 7-year-old Kyron Horman. Excited for his school science fair, he wore his favorite black CSI t-shirt and set off with his stepmother, Terry Moulton Horman, to Skyline Elementary School. He was a bright, curious child with a love for science and nature. But little did his family know that this ordinary morning would become the beginning of a chilling mystery that remains unsolved to this day. Skyline Elementary was bustling with excitement that day. The school was hosting its annual science fair, and Kyron couldn't wait to show off his project on red-eyed tree frogs. Around 8:45 a.m., Terry snapped a photo of Kyron standing proudly next to his project. It was a moment of joy, a snapshot of a young boy filled with excitement and wonder. After the photo, Terry said goodbye to Kyron and watched him walk toward his classroom. But strangely, Kyron never made it to his class. As the school day went on, his teacher and classmates thought he was absent. Hours passed, and no one realized he was missing. It wasn't until 3:30 p.m., when Kyron's father, Kane Horman, and Terry went to pick him up from school, that they discovered he hadn't been seen all day. Panic set in. A child was missing, and no one had any idea where he could be. The authorities were called, and a massive search effort began. Hundreds of volunteers, police officers, and even search and rescue dogs combed through the nearby woods, rivers, and hills. They looked for any trace of Kyron, a shoe, a backpack, anything that might hint at where he had gone. But there was nothing. No footprints, no clothing, no signs of a struggle. It was as if Kyron had vanished into thin air. The local community was heartbroken, and the media quickly picked up the story, turning Kyron's disappearance into a national headline. People across the country were invested in the search, hoping and praying for his safe return. But as days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, hope began to fade. There was still no sign of Kyron, and no answers to the countless questions surrounding his disappearance. In the wake of Kyron's disappearance, investigators turned their focus to Terry Horman, the last person known to have seen Kyron. They began digging into her background, her relationships, and her actions on the day Kyron went missing. Reports surfaced that Terry had taken a polygraph test shortly after the incident, and she failed it. Then she took a second polygraph. Once again, she failed. Although polygraph results are not always accurate and not admissible in court, they added fuel to suspicions around her. More strange details emerged. Just months before Kyron's disappearance, Terry allegedly tried to hire a landscaper to murder her husband, Kane. The landscaper reported this to the police, and an investigation ensued. Kane, fearing for his own safety and that of his young daughter Kiera, filed for divorce from Terry and obtained a restraining order against her. The family's life was shattered, with Terry at the center of the storm. Theories about what happened to Kyron began to circulate. Some people believed that Terry may have been involved in Kyron's disappearance, perhaps as an act of revenge against Kane. Others speculated that Kyron might have fallen victim to a stranger abduction, though this seemed unlikely given the timing and location. Some thought Kyron might have wandered off, confused or lost in the woods. But the extensive searches yielded nothing. With every dead end, the theories grew darker and more desperate. Did someone kidnap him? Could he still be out there, alive? There were rumors, whispers of possible sightings, and unconfirmed leads. Investigators followed every tip and lead they received, but each one led to a disappointing dead end. The case grew colder with each passing year. The Horman family was torn apart by the tragedy. Kane was devastated by the loss of his son and struggled to protect his young daughter from the media frenzy and speculation surrounding their family. Kyron's mother, Desiree Young, was heartbroken. She fought tirelessly for answers, leading searches, speaking with media outlets, and keeping Kyron's story alive in the public eye. Terry maintained her innocence throughout it all, stating she had nothing to do with Kyron's disappearance. But the suspicions around her never faded, and she became a divisive figure in the media and community. As the years passed, Kyron's family was left with questions they may never have answered. The pain of losing a child haunted them, a wound that never healed. To this day, Kyron Horman has never been found. His face remains on missing person posters and billboards, a reminder of a mystery that Portland, and the nation, cannot forget. Every year, people gather to remember him and renew their commitment to finding answers. The case remains open, but the years have not been kind to it. Evidence has gone cold, and leads have dwindled. Yet, Kyron's family and the community that loved him continue to hope for a resolution. They want justice, closure, and the peace of knowing what happened to their little boy. The story of Kyron Horman is one of heartbreak and mystery. It's a reminder of how fragile life can be and how, in an instant, everything can change. Kyron was just a boy with a love for science and a life full of promise. His disappearance has left a void in the lives of those who knew and loved him. As people look back on Kyron's story, they remember not only the tragic events but also the innocence and joy of a young boy who was taken too soon. They hold on to hope that one day, someone will come forward, a new piece of evidence will surface, and finally, the truth will be revealed. Until that day, Kyron Horman's case will remain a haunting, unsolved mystery, a story of a family's love, loss, and unwavering hope. Would you like me to expand or add details on any part of the story? This should be close to the length you need, but let me know if adjustments are needed. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to stay updated with all our latest content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Drop a comment below with your thoughts or any questions you have, and we'll see you in the next one.